So today we're going to be going through antivirus solutions. As a malware analyst or just someone who's techie in the family or your friends group, you'll inevitably get the question, which antivirus do you use, or which one's the best, and which one does this, that, and the other. Well, today I'm going to go through not really personal opinion on antivirus, more so what I've seen in malware analysis and just reviewing so many files for so many years. And first we're going to start by looking at some results in VirusTotal. And what VirusTotal is a website where you can upload files and they will be scanned by, in this case, 63 different antivirus brands. That's quite a bit, and it's just to get a general idea of what the file is, if it's been seen before, if it's malicious, etc. And not every antivirus is going to pick up on the file. As seen here, only 16 of 63 actually detected this particular file. And we see some common names here, like Avast was able to see it, AVG was able to see it, Sophos, etc. But down here we also see a lot of brands that are pretty prevalent, like Adware, BitDefender, Komodo, F-Secure, etc., even Malwarebytes. So not one particular antivirus solution is going to be the end-all be-all. And then we look over here at another file, this one 17 of 57. Again, some common brands, and then some common brands that missed it. Another one 35 of 63, same thing. And then the last one 50 of 62, pretty prevalent file. Most of the major antivirus companies were able to pick it up, but then at the bottom we still see things like Panda, Tennyson, WebRoot. These are all big names, and they missed this file. So what we'll start out with is some things that everything on this list is going to be freeware, so you can get it for absolutely free. That's a lot of trouble for some people is purchasing software online, so everything here is going to be free and easy for you to install or recommend to your friends and family, and it's going to offer good protection. And we're going to start out with a few honorable mentions, and I'm sure most of you have heard of these before. And the reason they're honorable mentions isn't because they're bad, but more so because of their prevalence. So AVG, very famous free antivirus software. Avast, again, very prevalent and still free. And then Adware. Most people have heard of these three products, and they do offer pretty good protection. They do detect most files that I've seen in VirusTotal, but because people know of these so much and because they're so prevalent out on machines, a lot of malware tries to get around these specifically, to bypass them, because they know that they are free and many people have heard of their brand names and that they're going to be on their machines. So these are okay to start out with, but there are better things out there. And one of the better things is anybody and everybody who's running Windows should be running this next tool, and that's Windows Defender. Windows Defender is built into Windows. To find it, all you do is go to your Start menu and type in Defender. Oops, if I can spell. Windows Defender, and you just click it and you'll be presented with a screen. Again, it is built into all modern Windows operating systems, and it updates automatically. This does provide very good protection from what I've seen. A lot of malware has trouble with it, and since it is on every single machine, there's no reason that someone shouldn't have it turned on, especially since it's included. Now, some people say that Windows Defender doesn't detect everything, and it doesn't, and no antivirus does. But if you want some added protection for free, and you want to stick with Microsoft products, Microsoft makes a program called EMET, E-M-E-T. That is the Enhanced Mitigation Experience Toolkit. And what this does is provide an added layer of protection against certain types of exploits and turns on security features within your system. So having the Enhanced Mitigation Experience Toolkit along with Windows Defender, both free, you can provide a very good level of protection on your system. Now it's important to note you don't have to run Windows Defender in order to use the Enhanced Mitigation Experience Toolkit. You can run this with any software. Now because it does turn on certain security features on the system, it may mess with some of the software that you run, like gaming or things that do maybe interact with the system in a kind of iffy way, but aren't malware. So it may cause some interruption in your experience with some software, but you can always come in and turn some of these features off if you need to. But it does provide a very good level of protection. So for our next program, I chose it for its ease of use, its accessibility across all three major operating systems, Windows, Mac, and Linux, and its ability to remotely manage software on other machines that you've installed it on. So for instance, if you have parents or friends or something that aren't very tech savvy and you put this on their machine, you can manage their antivirus scans and look at logs online. So if they tell you that they've been having a problem, you can go and look at these logs and maybe see what's been going on. And that tool is Sophos. Sophos is free. They do have a paid version, but this is the free version. Again, through VirusTotal, I see this hit pretty regularly on almost everything. And it provides very good protection, automatic updates, real-time scanning. The web protection is very good. They actually man in the middle your traffic, so they're able to see underneath HTTPS and things like that. So if you're going to a bad site, it will actually block you in the browser without having to have extra browser add-ons. And that's very good for your system to not use so many resources. And of course, they detect potentially unwanted programs. So overall, if you're using multiple different operating systems across a wide area, this is a very good and stable platform to use that offers very good detection. So here we get into the real meat of it. Our second runner-up is consistently seen in just about every file that I scan in VirusTotal. They're always on the leading edge of new and emerging threats, and they do have a limited yet free edition of their very, very good virus protection software, and that is BitDefender. So BitDefender, it's really very, very simple. Their free edition, it doesn't have a ton of options and things for you to configure, which is good if you're recommending this to somebody. It's very easy to set up. Its main functionality here, it does have real-time scanning in the background, but you can also just, if you have a suspicious file, just drag and drop it to it, or right-click and scan with BitDefender, and it'll let you know if it's seen that file before. As far as the options go, again, very, very simple. The options menu just shows events, anything that's quarantined, exclusion lists if you want to exclude something, and then your protection options are this, a single button. But the protection that BitDefender offers, again, I always see this hitting in virus signatures, even on brand new malware that's just a few hours old and just hit the networks. BitDefender is usually right on top of it. So a very, very good choice, and again, free. So our last antivirus here is something that just hit the market as far as the free category goes, and it did this yesterday, I believe, and that is Kaspersky Antivirus. They've said in press releases that they've been working on this over a year and a half, I believe, and quite frankly, that's pretty awesome, because as a malware analyst, I see Kaspersky all the time. Just about every single hit in VirusTotal, or any time looking at signatures for emerging threats. Kaspersky is on top of it. They're crazy. I don't know. You'd think that they're just building all the malware and already have all the signatures for it. Which, funny enough, we'll get to that in a second. But Kaspersky Free, it's the same antivirus protection that their paid version has, just free. And of course, you have a lot less features than their internet security products. A little less protection on the web front and things like that. You don't have like their save money features and parental controls and all that stuff. It is simply a real-time antivirus scanning engine, and it is connected to their cloud. So for emerging threats and things, you get protection very, very quickly from things that have just hit the world and network. Also, what comes with Kaspersky Free is a VPN. This is pretty cool. Not a lot of free antivirus solutions do this, but Kaspersky includes this with their free software, and it will automatically detect if you're on unknown wireless networks and offer to put you on this VPN, and you can select where you're coming out in the world, and then that will keep your web traffic nice and secure and encrypted on unknown networks. So that's pretty handy. You do have a data limit with it, but again, this should just be used like outside of the home at cyber cafes, things like that. And it's a very, very cool solution from them. Now, there's been a lot of controversy around Kaspersky just because they are based in Russia. They've had numerous reports come out that they've had connections with the Russian government, and they've helped them and spy agencies and this, that, and the other. If you don't really care about all that, who knows if they have or not. But if you don't care about any of that, and look at simply the results that they provide on a continual basis, Kaspersky is awesome. Like, bar none, always detecting things that are out there and keeping the internet safe. So, that's my list. Again, not being paid or sponsored by any of these are just, over the years, the trends that I've seen with the different antivirus solutions that are free. No paid solutions are included in this video. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns on any antivirus solution that's been put in here, or questions on malware or anything that you've seen in malware analysis or cybersecurity events, go ahead and head over to ringzerolabs.com and shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.